Hey, it's Sandra from Conversion Minded, and I'm super excited because today I'm covering how to create a really solid social media content calendar that not only attracts your ideal audience, but also helps you drive traffic and get more sales. Before I dive into this, one of the things I want to let you know about is that I have a content calendar template all done for you, ready for you to add your content. That's in the description. You can grab that there. And I also have a video on how to edit and create a content calendar on your own. So this is going to really help you. If you download that content calendar template, it's going to help you edit it and tweak it to fit your promotions and your content. The other thing I want to let you know about is Trello. I have a video on Trello, and I love to use Google Spreadsheets in conjunction with Trello when I create my content calendar. I use Google Spreadsheets to get my ideas together and brainstorm things out a little bit, create a basic calendar, and then I like to take it over into Trello where I can add a little bit more detail and I can create a calendar in there that I can move around dates and I can move around promotions and posts so that it's super easy to edit it once you have it in there. So definitely make sure you check out that video on Trello as well. Okay, so I'm going to cover 6 things that you can do to create a really strong content calendar. The first thing is to know who you're trying to reach. Now this sounds very basic, but it is still one of the things that a lot of us still grapple with, really knowing who we're trying to reach and the reason that we're on social media in the first place. This kind of comes around to having a social media strategy, and I cover social media strategy in detail in the other video, so definitely make sure you check that one out too. But when it comes to knowing who you're trying to reach, it really comes down to where they hang out on social media. So if you already know this, you're one step ahead, you can just skip ahead to step 2. But if you have a little bit of confusion around this, there are ways that you can get clear on your ideal audience and where they hang out. One of those ways is by using Facebook Insights. So if you're already posting on Facebook, you have a Facebook page, you can look at your insights and you can look at the breakdown of the audience that you're already attracting with your content. The second thing that you can do is you can look at competitors and other brands within your niche. See where they're spending their time on social media, and then likely those will be places that you want to invest your time as well. And then the third way is to make sure that you install, if you don't already have it, Google Analytics onto your website, and then you will be able to see which sites are referring you the most traffic. And then if those sites are the ones that will likely you want to spend your time. Okay, so those are 3 ways for you to get some insight into where your audience is hanging out on social media. That leads me to step number 2, which is from there, you want to just focus on 1 or 2 sites to start. Now, this is really important because part of the overwhelm that comes with social media is all of these opportunities and social media sites, and it becomes just too much for you to tackle all at once. So you don't want to tackle them all at once. You want to pick just 1 or 2 that you can really get behind and build a following and invest your time in. And it's not only that, it's that each social media site has its nuances, has its cultures, and has the best practices for leveraging that platform to build your business. And so you really want to give yourself that time to focus on that one channel. You don't want to skim the surface because you're not really going to get results that way. You want to dig in. Okay, so focus on 1 or 2 sites. Step number 3 is to make sure that on those 1 or 2 sites that you've chosen that you're posting consistently. Now this is one of the biggest challenges on social media is that, a lot of times you might find yourself, you're right in there, you're posting all the time, and then you kind of drop back and you're not able to do it. The more that you can post consistently, the better results that you're going to get, the more engagement that you're going to get, and the more that you're going to feel comfortable with social media and be able to grow from there. So if you can focus on just sharing 1 post a day, that's a great place to start, and then you can grow and build from there. Step number 4 is once you know the site that you're going to focus on, you know how frequently you're going to post, then you want to develop a content strategy. And this is probably the most important step. And the reason is because there are types of content that naturally drive sales and engagement. And I just want to point out here that this is another area that you can potentially get overwhelmed with, because when you read other blogs and you read guides, they list all of these different ideas of behind the scenes that you can share and webinars that you can share and all of these things that you might not have access to creating yet. So I want to break it down to the simplest components here and really help you maximize the content that you're sharing without being frustrated and feeling like you can't keep up with it. Okay, so those types of content are blog posts, number one. This is a great way for you to establish your authority, get traffic from social media to your business, not only from social media, from Google as well. When you start blogging, you likely get traffic from Google. And from there, you can pull people into your funnels and you can develop further relationships with them and sell your products. So this is a really, really wonderful thing to do, blogging. If you're not already have it into your workflow, I highly recommend that you start considering adding it into your workflow, into your process. If you're a blogger, then you already got this one down because you're blogging, you're sharing your content. So content type number 2 is promotional posts. Of course, you want to be letting people know about the promotions and sales that you have. So if you have products you're offering, services that you offer, if you have flash sales or holiday sales, you definitely want to get those onto your calendar. One of the things that I did is I was blogging for so long, and then when I started creating products, I forgot to be sharing my products on social media. So you don't want to be doing the reverse, where you're just sharing only blog posts and helpful information, and then you forget to promote your business. You want to let people know what products you have to offer and how you can help them. So definitely add those into your queue. The third type of content is engaging and motivational posts. These are super easy to create, and believe it or not, they really do drive that engagement. They're worth creating because not only do you start conversations with your audience, you can get to know them a little bit more, but those high engaging posts, when people are commenting and they're liking your posts, they send signals to Facebook and Instagram that people like your content. And then what happens is they start showing your post to more people. This is how you get a bigger exposure within your following and to other people. Okay, so don't forget about those engaging and motivational posts. You can add even helpful tips in there, anything that's engaging, funny posts. The fourth type of content is user-generated content or other people's content. So you can curate content, you can get together a list of blogs and websites that have content that's related to your audience that they would find interesting, and then you can share that content. This is a great way for you to fill in your calendar and attract your ideal customers when you don't have a lot of your own content to share. So that will help you fill up your calendar. You can go to Facebook and you can look at pages that your audience likes, and you can see the posts that those pages have shared for the previous week. And when you see a post that has 200 shares or 300 shares, and you know that that really kind of hit a home run with your audience, go ahead and share that too, because it'll likely appeal to your ideal customers. And you can do the same thing over on Instagram. If you use a tool like Later, they have a feature called Search and Repost, where you can search for a hashtag and you see all of these posts, and then you can choose the post that you think would be, perfect for your brand and that you want to share. And then Later will go out and ask permission for you to use that. And when the permission has been granted, you'll see that post appear in your media library without the Later branding on it, and that's when you know that you can go ahead and add it to your calendar. So that's a really, really helpful tool when you're wondering what to post on Instagram. And then the fifth type of content, I just want to put it out there, not to stress you out or anything, but stories, especially on Instagram. They really do get that engagement. They are becoming more popular than posts in the feed. So think about trying to create a story at least once a month, okay? If that's all you can do, that's perfectly fine. Just get into the habit, start to learn how to create them, understand what they're about. You don't have to do videos. You can create graphics, so you can just take your post, your motivational post, and turn it into a story and save it as a story. Okay, so that covers the content strategy. If you can pick from one or two of these content types to start, you're way ahead of the game. And remember to post consistently and then add another content type, okay? Add 2 times a day you're gonna share and add another content type. That's the way that you start to build on social media without getting overwhelmed. The fifth step, after you have your content strategy down, you know what you're going to share, is to actually plan out your content for the month. So I like to take a day out of the month and I like to plan it. I like to look at what my goals are for the month, what my promotions are for the month, if there are free things I'm offering, if I'm running a giveaway or a contest, what it is that your goal is for the month, if it's a flash sale or something like that. And make sure that you're sharing content that kind of supports that and would lead naturally into a funnel for that. And don't forget that you have older blog posts too, right? So if you have older blog posts that are related to your promotion that you're running that month, definitely make sure that you add it onto your calendar. So that's when you want to plan your content. And then the sixth and final step, of course, is to create your content. So you want to take a day or two and batch create your content. This is the best way for you to stay ahead of social media. Now that you have your plan, you have your strategy together, you know that all of this is cohesive, then you want to go ahead and create those posts. You can certainly get ahead by finding user-generated content. You can create your engaging and motivational posts relatively quickly. So take a day or two to create your content. And if you have promotions and flash sales, it's very likely that you can reuse these posts again and again and again. So you can just pull them up from your library and maybe you don't have to create from scratch every time. And if you have blog posts, then what's going to happen is you likely don't have all of your blog posts created at the first of the month. So just know that that content type, you're going to be creating those content and the posts for that once a week or twice a week, however frequently you're blogging. Okay, so that covers a high-level view of how to create a really, really killer content calendar that attracts your ideal audience, that helps you drive traffic, and helps you make more sales. If you have any questions about this, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to download that content calendar template I have for you. Check out those videos on how to edit the Google Sheets content calendar, how to create a content calendar in Trello. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up to let me know. I'm really excited about creating more and more videos this year to help you build your business. And subscribe to my channel if you like, and I'll see you next time.